お前はどこまで見えている。俺の死に様か。
When Minato sealed the Kyuubi, in an incomprehensible way to himself, he, along with the 9 tails, sealed all the other tailed creatures, but no one knew about it. Somewhere in the subconscious. What are we doing here? Asked the 3-tailed one. I don't know what you're doing here, but the 4th one sealed me here. Kyuubi answered with anger in his voice. Okay, but what is he doing here? Shikaku asked, pointing at the 10 tails. I guess, said Kurama. Well, tell me? Everyone has already asked. No, think for yourself. He answered. As I understand it, all your chakra was mixed and I appeared the Jubi. Tailed ones started thinking. And in whom are we sealed? The tailed ones asked Kurama. In the son of the 4th. Kurama answered them, growling angrily. How old is he? Jubi asked. He was born 3 hours ago, Kurama answered, still growling angrily. What? Everyone shouted except Kurama and Jubi. And we were sealed into this baby. Shikaku shouted. And until he grows up, we won't be able to, said Kurama, laying his head on his front paws. We'll have to wait, said Jubi. 3 years later. Naruto was running away from some drunken men, but they caught up with him and hit him hard on the head, so that the little 3-year-old boy lost consciousness. Waking up already in the subconscious, he saw 10 cages in which tailed creatures were sitting, but Naruto was not afraid. Who you are? The boy asked. We are the strongest Biju creatures, Isabu answered him. Wow, cool. Naruto said admiringly. The tailed animals were surprised that Naruto was not afraid of them and spoke so calmly. What is your name? Naruto asked, and then continued. After all, everyone has their own name, so my name is Naruto, what's yours? Naruto asked. The tailed ones were in shock, they stood for another 30 seconds until. Ha 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 ha. Kurama burst into laughter. You little man want to know our names? Answered Kurama's question with a question. Well, yes, and I would also like to make friends with you. Naruto said happily. The tailed animals were so surprised that they couldn't even move, even Kurama, who was talking to the boy a couple of seconds ago, was in shock. Will you be my friends? The boy asked. Yes. Everyone exclaimed at once, recovering from shock. They all said their names. Naruto was so happy that he finally had friends, and from strong emotions he awakened the Byakugan. Yes, the Byakugan is not the Sharingan. In my story, the Byakugan awakens from strong emotions of joy or happiness, and the Sharingan from sadness and hatred, but his emotions were too strong and he advanced the Byakugan to the Taizigan. The tailed ones were in shock, but what happened next plunged them into even greater shock. Naruto began to slowly approach cage 1, where Shikaku was sitting. When he approached, he pointed his hand towards the seal, and suddenly the water began to lift him and he began to tear off the seal. Everyone was shocked. Stop! Everyone shouted. You can die! Yuki shouted. But Naruto didn't seem to hear them. He tore off the seal and the cage opened. Headed to the next cell. And so Naruto had already opened the cage where Matatabi was sitting and headed towards Yosob, and so on until Jubi. When he opened the Jubi's cage, chakra flowed to him from all the tailed creatures and everyone tried to stop it, but could not, and then the chakra reached Naruto, and everyone thought that this was the end and the boy would die, but he simply absorbed all the chakra and began to transform. He lit up with a black light. He was enveloped in chakra in the form of a cloak and there were 10 white tomo behind him. Truth-seeking spheres flew around him, and the Byakugan first lit up in his eyes, then the Taizigan, the next Sharingan, and the last Red Rinnegan. When the tailed animals realized what was happening, everyone except Jubi shouted that he was a descendant of Rakudo. At this time, 2 blank looks stared at them. What are you talking about? Naruto asked. Jubi only nodded in agreement. When Rikuta was dying, he left us a prophecy. Matatabi began to speak. That one day a boy will be born who will make friends with us, and he will receive enormous power, which will help prevent the disaster impending on the world of shinobi, and the fact that he will become the strongest in this world, and even in the universe. Kurama has already finished. I see, said Jubi, and Naruto stood in shock. Listen, I have a problem there in the form of drunks, can you help? Naruto asked, recovering from shock and remembering what happened before he fell into the subconscious. And everyone laughed. Okay, Naruto, I'll help, since these idiots can't show their chakra, Kurama said, pointing at all the tailed creatures. You impudent fox. Everyone shouted except Jubi and Naruto. Naruto and Jubi laughed. In the real world, drunken shinobi were furiously beating the poor boy, but then such anger and bloodlust wafted from him that even the Anbu who was watching this almost fell off the roof. And the drunkards, even more so, ran away. After 10 minutes, Naruto got up and, as if nothing had happened, went home. Going into the house, Naruto immediately decided to go to bed, since he was very tired today. When he lay down, he fell into the subconscious. In the subconscious. Hello, Naruto, tomorrow we will teach you theory, Isabu told him. Okay, Naruto answered. Listen, can I sleep with you? Naruto asked. Of course, the tailed ones answered. But suddenly things began to change around. A huge clearing and a beach appeared next to the sea. The tailed ones were surprised, but not all. A huge forest and a 2-story house appeared, and in the backyard there was a huge training ground, a swimming pool and a recreation area. Naruto smiled and went into the house and went to bed. When Naruto woke up, he was no longer in the subconscious, and heard in his head. Naruto, eat and go into the subconscious, Isabu said. Okay, Naruto answered, going to the kitchen. 10 minutes later. And so, let's start your training, theory first, Isabu said. Yes, Naruto answered him. After 3 months. So, Naruto, you already know the theory very well, so today we'll move on to practice, Chome said. Hooray! He exclaimed joyfully. Let's start with the shadow cloning technique, it will help in training, Saiken continued after Chome. But you know Kurama better than us, so he will explain it to you, Chome and Saiken said with a grin in their voices. What? Kurama roared. But there was nothing to do, so he began to explain. Equals after explanation equals. I see, Naruto said in response. That's it, and now you're tired of it already, said Kurama. Oh, you're flea-bearing, said Naruto. Who did you call flea-bearing? He shouted. Who else? Naruto said with a grin. And everyone except Kurama, and Naruto laughed. Why are you laughing? Kurama spoke angrily. But Naruto had already left his subconscious. In the real world. Getting up from his chair, Naruto headed to the training ground and saw some shinobi training there. He was just using the shadow clone technique. Naruto decided to follow him and learn better how to use it. Much less than an hour later, much greater than. The shinobi left, and Naruto began training, and after another 2 hours he managed to make a clone. It worked, said Naruto. And asked what next. And he was told that he would train taijutsu and kenjutsu, and also wear weights, but so far taijutsu and weights are 5 kilograms, and then kenjutsu. /evening/ Naruto bought weights, but spent all his savings in 3 months, putting on the weights. He could barely move, but soon got used to it. 2 years passed in such training. Naruto was already quite strong. But he learned only basic. Ninjutsu Kenjutsu Academy. Jounin. Shurikenjutsu Chunin. Taijutsu, Jounin. Today is October 10th, Naruto's birthday. I was walking after training when I saw that some people were dragging a girl my age out of the fog. She tried to get out. I decided to help her and ran after them, but, realizing that I wouldn't catch up with them, I took off the weights and put them near the wall, and then ran after them following the trail of red hair. I attacked them with all my speed. I managed to kill 2, and I knocked out 2 more. He untied the girl and ran through the treetops into Konoha. When they arrived, Naruto asked, "What is your name?" "Karen," the girl answered. "And I'm Naruto, nice to meet you," said the boy. Guys, I am grateful to everyone who left reviews and criticism. I have already chosen the call, but you will find out in the next part. Whoever left comments, thank you, I hope you like this part. Guys, I saw a review about the Jubi, and I will say this, he cannot finish off anyone with the Jubi's chakra, because the Jubi is incomplete, he only has part of the tailed chakra, not even half. And he is slightly stronger than Ku. Let's say everyone attacks him tailed ones, they will easily finish him off, so there is no need to write that he can finish off everyone with chakra. In the plot, I wrote that there are only part of all tailed ones in the Jubi. When the boy said goodbye to Karen, he returned home. The tailed beasts told him to go into the subconscious. Underscore in the subconscious underscore. Naruto, do you know what the summoning technique is? Isabu asked. No, Naruto answered him. Then listen, Isabu began. And after the story end. Wow. I will study this technique. Databao. Naruto shouted. And he began to make seals. When he finished, he found himself on some island, and many more of the same islands were floating around. Suddenly someone behind said, "Greetings, man." "Hey. Who are you?" Naruto shouted. "I, a great creature," he said calmly. "Wow. Are you not afraid of me?" "No," the boy answered calmly. "Why? Why should we be afraid of you? You won't kill me, will you?" "No, I won't," he answered. "I was surprised that I ended up with you dragons, that's all," the boy said. "Okay, I'll introduce myself, my name is Fudo. Master of the air." "Okay, sit on me, we'll fly to the main island," he said again. "Okay," Naruto answered. And he sat on a huge snake-like white dragon, but unlike a snake, he had large white wings like a bird and 4 legs and 1 swing, and they were already flew between all the islands to the main island. Having flown, Naruto saw a huge island on which there was a huge castle. "We have arrived," said Fudo. "Wow. Huge," Naruto said. "Yes, here you will meet others," said Fudo. They entered the castle and saw how one dragon, like a fire one, was arguing with another. The third looked at it and seemed to want to join, the fourth tried to stop them, but it didn't work, the fifth stood aside and I looked at it all. "You should calm down before the king," he said. "Well, everyone shut up and calm down," Fudo shouted angrily. Everyone looked at the passage and saw Fudo and Naruto. "Finally," said the fourth dragon who was trying to stop the arguing. "Okay, now we'll all introduce ourselves," Fudo began, but he was stopped by a scream. "And I'm furniture here," the head apparently shouted. "I'll introduce it." They're tired, some are almost fighting, others already want to join, the third is trying to stop the keyword, the fourth is late, and the fifth, well, although there are no complaints about the fifth. He shouted again. Naruto laughed at this. "Okay, now I'll introduce myself and introduce these Deb. Ahem SVO. Ahem dragons, I am the lord of all dragons Ryu." A huge blue-violet dragon introduced himself, with large spikes running down his back with such blue-violet wings like the devil's. "This is Natsu, as you can see, he is the lord of fire," pointing to a huge dragon. He was completely covered in lava and in some places the head was represented by fire. "This is Aki, the lord of water," pointing to a huge and long snake-like dragon of white and blue color, he introduced. "This is Tora, he is the lord of the earth," pointing on the huge one made of stone, even his wings were stone, but unlike his body, the stones of which were tightly attached to each other, the stones on his wings were separated, he imagined. "This is Raidon, he is the lord of lightning," pointing to a huge blue dragon whose wings are like as if they consisted of lightning, the still evil head presented. This is Kyo, he is the lord of trees and plants. The evil head pointed out, imagining a dragon that was all wooden, but covered with tree leaves on top. He had deer antlers, but only made of wood, and wings as if they were branches tree. Well, you're already familiar with Fudo, the head said, already calm. Nice to meet you, Databi. Naruto shouted joyfully. So Naruto, you will learn the Dragon Sannin mode, said Ryu. Okay, said Naruto. In the Sannin mode, you will have 3 stages. 1, you will be covered in scales in some places and wings will appear. The second will increase the speed and power of the techniques, and the third will make you a dragon. Wow. Naruto said. Let's go, Ryu said. And they went to a separate island. So let's start. After 6 months. Hooray, I mastered the Sannin mode. Naruto shouted at the moment he was standing in third form. Wow. Naruto said, he was surprised at his appearance, and he looked like such a big golden dragon with wings. They were divided into 4, and thus there were 8 wings. I've been gone for 6 months. Naruto shouted, already in human form. Hahaha, Naruto has been gone for 6 weeks. Said Ryu. This is no better. What should I tell the Hokage? Naruto shouted. Don't you be silent, Kurama suddenly said. But still, Naruto said calmly. Naruto, come here, he asked. Okay now, Naruto answered. What? Naruto asked, already in the subconscious. I want to tell you who your parents are, said Ku. Come on, Naruto said in a serious voice. This is Uzumaki Kushina and Namake's Minato, said Ku. October 10th, 5 years ago, I was pulled out of your mother's previous Jinchuriki, Ku began the story. And while we were being sealed, a man in a mask appeared and put a seal on your mother and father so that they hate you, and this seal should fall off in 7 years, finished Ku. I see. Naruto answered calmly. Aren't you angry? Ku asked in surprise. No, but I have to go for now, he said. By Naruto, they told him everything. When Naruto passed, he folded the seals and disappeared. In reality. Naruto, where have you been? When he appeared, he asked the Umbu. Naruto remained silent. Okay, the Hokage is waiting for you, let's go, said the Umbu. And he wanted to take Naruto. I'll go myself, said Naruto, already leaving the Umbu. After 5 minutes. Naruto had already reached the Hokage building. Why wasn't I warned right away? Thought Naruto. Knocked and walked in when he heard come in. Naruto, where have you been for 6 weeks? Naruto was silent. Why are you silent? I understand I won't wait for an answer. Minato asked angrily. Naruto remained silent again. Everyone go. The Hokage shouted menacingly, and Naruto went to the training ground. At the training ground. Listen, how can you find out your elements? Asked the boy. We need special chakra conducting sheets, said Ku. Okay, but this requires money, said Naruto. You seem to have been putting it off? Matatabi asked. There should be enough for 2. Jubi continued. Exactly. Thank you, he said. And ran to buy. After 5 minutes. Naruto came running, took 2 leaves in his hands and directed chakra there and saw that both leaves were cut into 6 halves. 1 was crumpled, the second was burned, the third was wet, the fourth was covered with earth, the fifth was covered with tree bark, the sixth was covered metal, the seventh turned into dust, the eighth into ashes, the ninth into ice, the 10th into sand, the 11th into lava, the 12th into bubbles. Wow, Naruto, I have never seen anyone with so many genomes. Jubi said. We too, the tailed one said. Now let's study the techniques. For this we need scrolls with techniques, and you can also follow other shinobi, but with the Kekkei Genkai of ice, metal, dust and ash, you have to try to come up with it yourself, said Naruto. After 1 month. Naruto had learned a lot of techniques such as water spikes, explosive bubbles, steam shot, ball shuriken, wood golem, earth burst, fire phoenix, lava armor, ice spikes, wind sword, ash submission, etc. Naruto, the tailed creatures called him over. What? Asked, already being in Naruto's subconscious. I think you should go to ANBU. There you will learn new techniques and gain experience, said Isabu. Where? To my dad, who can't even admit it. Naruto asked. Why go straight to him? Asked Chome. Where else? Answered Naruto's question with a question. For example, at the route there is just Shimuro Danzo, the commander, answered Matatabi. Who is he? Asked Naruto. He is a very kind person. He's already helped you. Ku said. Okay, Naruto agreed. But how can I find him? Uzumaki asked. Ask the Hokage for a meeting, Ku answered the question. Thank you, flea-haired fur coat, the blonde thanked with a grin. Dude, I actually helped you. Shouted the flea rug. And everyone started laughing. Why are you laughing? You are fleas too. Decided to mock Uzumaki, if I'm writing this as a joke, what jokes are you making, smiley face. Dude. Everyone shouted. But Naruto didn't listen to them. After another 5 minutes, Naruto knocked on the Hokage's office. Come in, said Minato. Naruto entered to the office. Hello Hokage-sama, greeted the yellow-haired younger one. Hello Naruto. What do you want? Having said hello in response, the Hokage asked. Can I meet with Denoso-sama? Uzumaki asked. Why? Namikaze asked in bewilderment. This is personal, said Naruto. And then Danzo himself entered the office. Naruto turned around and said hello. Hello Danzo. Sama. Hello Naruto. Danzo greeted. What are you doing here? Asked the head of the Route ANBU. I was looking for you, answered the younger blonde. Why? Asked Danzo. Let's talk in private? Asked Naruto. Come on, answered Danzo. Naruto and Danzo went out and started talking. Well, Naruto, what did you want to ask? Asked the head of the route. For starters, he said, and put up barriers so that no one would hear or Danzo saw them. And was shocked that a 5-year-old child knew such techniques. Why did you do this? Said. Well, you see, 3 ANBU were watching us, 2 from the Hokage and 1 of yours, I covered yours, and the Hokage's ANBU did not hit the barrier and... Again Uzumaki surprised the advisor. So Naruto, what did you want to talk to me about? Asked Danzo. I would like to join the route, said Uzumaki. Okay, but you must pass the test, said Danzo. Hi. Naruto answered, dispelled the barriers and left. After Naruto and Shimura separated, Naruto went to the training ground to train, but before starting training, he put up a barrier and asked, I forgot to say by this time Naruto's strength parameters were, Tai, Gainin, ANBU Fuin, Strong. Jounin. La bro, he's in fine like an Uzumaki. Senjutsu, Sanin. Medic, a rank. Kenjutsu, a rank. Shuriken, Itachi. Barrier, SS rank. Chakra, Kage. Control, ANBU. So where do we start? He asked the overgrown animals. I think it's time to study Jujutsu, said Isabu, and the others just nodded, but Naruto didn't see it. Which one? Byakugan, Sharingan, Mangekyo, the blonde began to list. Byakugan, Isabu answered briefly. Activate it and apply a henge on yourself, advised Jubi. Having done as he advised, Naruto began training. You will probably ask why apply henge if he can remove them. And then so that I didn't spend a lot of chakra, I'll explain, because it constantly supplies chakra, thereby increasing the chakra channels. After 4 hours, Naruto removed the barrier and began to rest. After another 40 minutes, an Umbu approaches Naruto. Danzo-sama calls you, the Umbu. Said yes, Naruto quickly said and disappeared. It turned out he is already near Danzo. "Hello Danzo-sama," said Naruto. "Hello Naruto," said Danzo. "You will fight with the dog," said the head of the root. "There is Danzo-sama," said Naruto. The dog and Naruto stood 5 meters apart, and when they heard, they started. The dog wanted to attack, but Naruto ran and wanted to knock him out, but the Umbu, based on his developed reaction and experience, dodged and wanted to attack Naruto, but Naruto dodged. Also based on reaction and experience, ask where the experience comes from, I'll answer, and suddenly Naruto suddenly pulled out a katana and almost cut off the dog's head. Stop," said Danzo. And Naruto. "You're free tomorrow at 6 o'clock, come get your Umbu form." "Hi Danzo-sama," Naruto replied and left. Flashback. "Hey overgrown animals, how can I earn extra money when everyone in Konoha hates me?" asked the yellow-haired boy. A bag of bones, try to be a bounty hunter," Chaume answered him. "Oh, thank you exactly, an airplane carpet with fleas," answered Naruto, laughing. "Why is an airplane carpet? Because it flies, and it would just be a carpet. Don't know why I just have such an association with all tailed animals." And then everyone started yelling at him and he laughed even more. End of flashback. 2 years have passed. Ninjutsu power level. Higher than all Kages combined. Taijutsu, higher than all Kages combined. Genjutsu, sure sway, who doesn't remember his strongest genjutsu? Dojutsu, 1 to 3 Tomo Sharingan, VMSH, Byakugan, Golden Byakugan, Taizigan, Rinnegan, Rain Sharingan. Summon, Dragon. Senjutsu, 3 levels of Dragon mode. Medic, SS+. Biju, Shikaku, Matatabi, Isabu, Son Goku, Koku, Saiken, Chome, Gyuki, Kurama, Jubi. Kenjutsu, higher than Madara. Bukajutsu, Shinobi God, Shurikenjutsu. Itachi. Weights, 100 tons, I don't know how. The mouse said Danzo. And Danzo-sama, the ANBU of the root in the mouse mask. Has a mission. I began Danzo. To introduce the traitor into the academy and capture the traitor he extended. And then it began. Not the academy, but I won't go, not force. Said the Umbu in the mouse mask. No, he shouted. You're not asking dunce. Danzo also shouted. An Umbu in a fox mask appeared in the office and knocked them both out and tied them up and taped their mouths. Well, there's no point in getting on my nerves. After 1 hour. They woke up and wanted to yell at me, but they couldn't, they just mumbled. After another 30 minutes. They calmed down. Asked the fox. Both nodded and the fox untied them. What are you doing? Asked Danzo and the mouse. Why can you be heard throughout the entire building? I shouted. And I'll take on your task as long as they don't bark, yell, at the whole building. The mouse looked at him as a savior. Thank you. Shouted the Anushnik in a mouse mask. And ran away. Danzo repeated everything. Hi, said Naruto, and left using Shunshin. He was already at home, having changed into a black t-shirt at the waist, a blue jacket, blue and ordinary black shinobi sandals. And went for a walk around Konoha. By the way, Naruto completed 0 missions, D rank 0 missions, C rank 0 missions, B rank 362 missions, A rank 473 missions, S rank 500 missions, SS rank 600 missions, SS plus rank I don't know how. Walking around Konoha, Naruto met everyone entering the academy. Don't be surprised, he knew them because it was in the mission description, but he met them because he was walking all over Konoha, and in the evening he went to the Hokage mountain. Hello Naruto, someone said from behind Naruto. Naruto turned around sharply and saw his friend in a mouse mask. And it's you Deidara, be careful, I almost finished you off, said Naru. How? You were sitting the whole time? Asked the Day. How, and like that for a mile a second, answered Naru. I see, said the Day. Okay, come on, they're calling me, said Naru and disappeared. Meanwhile in the Hokage's office. Danzo, I'm wondering who this ANBU in the fox mask is. No matter how hard I tried to figure it out, I couldn't figure it out, and how does he deceive my ANBU like that? Asked Minato. The fox means, well, I told him, the head of the root said. You didn't answer the question, Minato reminded. The fox, called Danzo, and an ANBU in a fox mask appeared in front of him. What did you call? I have a mission, the fox. Minato went nuts from this relationship to the head. Brat, what kind of person are you? ANBU deceived the Hokage, but he didn't tell me. They would laugh together, the bandage said offended. The bandages covered the burns. Ahem, Minato reminded himself of himself, who was trying to understand who this ANBU is. And excuse me, Hokage-sama, Danzo apologized. So who is he? Fox, take off your mask. And the fox took off his mask and Minato saw Naruto. Shout to the whole office. So they call you a bloody fox? Asked Minato. Yes, Naruto said calmly. Go. I didn't have to ask, Naru answered and disappeared. In the morning at 5 o'clock. Getting up, Naruto looked at the time and realized that he still had 3 hours to go to the academy. In 5 minutes, he changed clothes and went to the kitchen. After eating, 15 minutes passed. If anyone asks the umbu of the root discipline, speed, etc. Naruto went to the training ground, having reached another 10 minutes passed. Since he wanted to take a walk, Naruto had an hour and a half to warm up and did all the warming up at the academy. Naruto went to the academy when he arrived. The Hokage had not arrived yet, but the crowd had already gathered. Naruto approached Karen during this time. They became best friends. Hello, Naruto said. Hello, Karen said with a smile. And they started talking about different topics, and then there was a flash and Minato came out of it and began a speech about the will of fire. It lasted 30 minutes. Well, now we will distribute you into classes using a chakra conducting ball. Well, there's nothing to describe here. I know it's trivial. Almost all the clan members got into Class S. From without the clan members, only one girl got into it, Haruna Sakura. Naruto specially donated 1/1000 of his chakra. Guys, come tomorrow, Iruka said. And everyone began to disperse, but even during the distribution Naruto realized who the traitor was. Naruto, what do you want? Iruka-sensei, can I talk to Mizuki-sensei? Yes, but why? This is personal. Oh well. After 5 minutes we reached the 6th training ground. Naruto-kun, what did you want? Mizuki, according to the rules of the umbu, I have to grab you and deliver you to Haiden. What? How? How did you figure me out? Chakra, answered Naruto, and knocked him out with one blow. 5 minutes later. Hidan, I brought you a sacrifice for interrogation. And in Naruto, it's you. Yes. Don't be surprised that he doesn't swear. Just once when he swears in front of Naruto, he didn't swear for 1 month, could move. Naruto put Mizuki down and disappeared. A week passed to the academy. Naruto sent a clone because 1. He completed the mission. 2. He knew the whole program by heart. Naruto was already known as the Bloody Fox. Naruto was training when an umbu in a cat mask appeared in front of him. Naruto, the Hokage is calling you, the umbu said. Okay, said Naruto and disappeared. They called the Hokage herself, said Naruto, and saw Kushina Menma and Ashina, the sons of Kushina and Minato. Yes, Naruto called. I wanted to say that you. Naruto, I would like to tell you that you are my son, Minato said. And everyone who was there fell into a stupor except Naruto and Minato. A minute later, when everyone left, Kushina began to cry and wanted to hug Naruto, but he avoided Kushina's hug and Minato were just as surprised as Ashina, but here they hear not Naruto's voice, but the voice of the Kyuubi. You threw him into an orphanage and still want him to consider you his parents? A loud growling voice rang through the office. Kyuubi, Minato said angrily. To Naruto, if you hear, don't trust him, Kyuubi, Minato and Kushina said. He hears Kurama said again. Then why doesn't he listen to his parents? Minato and Kushina said in unison. Parents? Yes, you threw him away like some kind of broken toy and you still call yourself parents, said Kurama. After these words, Kushina cried and Minato stood in a stupor, and when Naruto came to his senses, he was no longer there. He used harassment on the base of the root. Hello Nagato, Konan, Deidara, Kisame, Itachi, Obito, Kakuzu, Haiden, if they are kind here and act as a team from the root of Akatsuki, HH. Hello Naruto, everyone said stuttering except Konan. Flashback. Naruto, I want to introduce you to Akatsuki, you will join their team, Danzo said. Hi Bintik-sama, he said with a grin in his voice, and at that time everyone from the Akatsuki came in and heard it, but no one replaced them. Well, I've told you all this 10 times now, Danzo said and flew to Naruto with a fist. The Akatsuki thought that he was done for. Then Naruto disappeared and Danzo crashed into the wall. As a result, he stood with a bump on half his head because he did not have time to defend himself from the wall. So Naruto is Nagato. He is the head of this group, and this is Konan, she is his deputy, Danzo began. At the name Konan, Nagato blushed and it didn't escape Naruto's eyes. Yeah, that means a couple of lovers, said Naruto and Nagato, and Konan blushed. This is Deidara and Itachi. A demolitionist and an illusionist gave clicks to Naru. Kakuzu and Haiden. Great, without having time to finish, Haiden flew into the wall and couldn't move. Naruto did it. Don't swear, swearer, and Kakuzu, keep the gift, and I haven't forgotten about you either, he said. Naru said and gave Kakuzu a bag with 100,000 rubles and a heart to replace the one that was damaged, then Nagato material for repairing bodies, Konan paper, I work clay, Itachi is still a crow, Hidana healed and gave 10 bodies to mercenaries for which they did not pay anything, Sasori 1 swordsman of the fog, Kisame all the swords of the fog, the beaten eye scarlet come out. Naruto shouted and next to Obito either a plant or a person crawled out, although it's hard to call it a person, a black and white creature that looks like a person. Here you go, said Naru and gave him some kind of fruit. Where did you get it from? Zetsu asked in amazement. Secret. But after the gifts, Naruto put everyone in the hospital well, except for Konan, he didn't touch her. Well, this is to get rid of habits. End of flashback. Yes, stop stuttering, I won't do it anymore, it was just for prevention. Well, to get rid of habits, said Naru, and how did you find out about habits? Asked Nagato. Well, I just entered the Umbu archive at the root immediately with turned it upside down. I see. And also Danzo's personal archive. Way out. The strongest security is there, everyone was yelling. Well, dunno, I just went up and knocked out the Umbu who were there. And everyone fell into an even greater precipitate. Well, and here I am to say that I am leaving the ranks of the Umbu and becoming a retired jounin, so let's say. What, but why? Kakuzu asked. He didn't want to lose a person who almost always gave money when he came, but also a week in a hospital bed. I've already done enough and I want to rest, train. Everyone said with sadness. For now, everyone, Naru said and disappeared. He already appeared near Danzo. Hello Danzo-sama. Hello Naruto, what? I wanted to say that I'm leaving the Umbu. To Minato. Or are you just leaving? Just. You'll become a jounin. Yes. Okay, go. Hi Bandit-sama. Naruto. But Naruto didn't hear him, he was already in the Hokage's office. Minato and Kushina were sitting there, they already hoped that he had come to change his surname. Hokage myself, I came to say that now the jounin is a son again. Don't you dare call me that, I'm not your son, I have never considered and will not consider you as my parents. Kushina began to cry, and Minato sat in shock and did not say anything, but in his heart he blamed himself for turning Naruto over to the shelter. Goodbye to the Hokage herself, Kushina herself disappeared. His words hurt Kushina and Minato. 3 years later. All this time Naruto has been training and his strength level is almost like that of Hagoromo. I don't know how. During this time Naruto has not changed, only his hair color has become red. 6 a.m. Naruto had already stood up a long time ago. Naruto came to your subconscious here, said Kurama. Who? Come in and find out when you come in. Naruto burst out laughing seeing this picture. There are 7 people in complete shock, from the fact that some 12-year-old boy can hold all the tailed creatures from Shikaku to Kurama in himself, and Jubi is not only enough to keep like that, but also make friends and change landscape in the subconscious, and all the tailed ones and one more person laugh at them. After 30 minutes of laughter. Okay, everyone seems to have calmed down, please introduce yourself, Naru said. I'm Hagoromo Otsutsuki, or the Sage of the Six Paths, said the man who, together with Naru and the tailed ones, was on fire, but before that, the tailed ones were shocked when they saw their father. I'm Kagaya Otsutsuki, or the goddess of the rabbit. I Ashura Otsutsuki, founder of the Senju clan. I am Indra Otsutsuki, founder of the Uchiha clan. I am Hamura Otsutsuki, brother of Hagoromo. Said by those who departed. After another 10 minutes. And so you left, if so, introduce yourself, Naru asked the remaining ones. I'm Madara Uchiha. I'm Hashirama Senju. I'm Ashina Uzumaki, the head of the Uzumaki clan. Okay, and I'm Naruto Uzumaki, why are you here? To pass on my knowledge and power to you, Kagaya said. I see, come on. Wait, father, I wanted to ask, did you reseal us? Asked Kurama. Yes, I see, maybe I'll have the academy in an hour soon, said Naruto. Okay, Kagaya said, and everyone touched Naruto's forehead in turn. You think what happened, right? Naruto passed out for half an hour. When Naruto woke up, he realized that he was late and ran to the academy. Upon entering, Naruto said, Hello Iruka-sensei, sorry for being late. Naruto, you understand how important this is. Yes, I just dropped a piece of iron on my head and passed out. Okay, this time I'll believe you, sit down. And Naruto sat down. At a desk near the window. And so the children, the first stage of the test of 10 questions must be correct at least 7, said Iruka looking at Naruto, he was pretending to be stupid. After 30 minutes Iruka said. Time is up in the building and go to the school site. After 5 minutes. And so on stage 2 of throwing weapons Iruka said looking at Naruto. After 30 minutes everyone had already gone to take clones and henge. An hour later all the results were already known. Now I'll tell you the results. Uchiha Sasuke test 8 out of 10 throwing weapons, 9 out of 10 shuriken, 9 out of 10 kunai, 2 illusory clone. Haruna Sakura test 9 out of 10, throwing 7 out of 10 and 6 out of 10, 1 clone. Yamanaka Ino test 7 out of 10 throwing 8 out of 10 and 7 out of 10, 1 clone. Uzumaki Karen test 9 out of 10, throwing 9 out of 10 and 9 out of 10, 3 clones. Uzumaki Naruto test 10 out of 10 throwing 10 out of 10 and 10 out of 10 P5 T Shadow, clones and henge. P4 Kages and Emma Madara. What? Everyone screamed. Well, that's all, come tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Everyone started leaving, and Naruto disappeared. He appeared at the training ground and began to hone the skills and techniques he had learned about. The next day. We need to go to the academy, Jubi said. I'll send a clone, and I'll go to training. Okay. A clone at the academy. And so the children of the team were like this. Naruto listened only to his own and his brothers. Number 4, Uchiha Sasuke, Namake's Ashina, Namake's Menma teacher Itachi Uchiha. Number 5, Uzumaki Karen, Sakura Haruna, Hinata Hyuga teacher Kurina Yuhi. Number 6, Inazuka Kiba, Aburame Shino, Sai teacher Guy. Naruto's thoughts, and Danzo even got an informant here. Number 7, Naruto Uzumaki sensei is not there, Iruka said in surprise. Danzo, if it's you, I'll join the Umbu again, Naruto thought with a smile. That's all, wait sensive, said Iruka and disappeared in the Shunshin. Naruto also disappeared only in the flight of the Thunder God. Appeared in front of the door to the Hokage's office. When Naruto entered, he asked the Hokage herself, it's Danzo herself who had a hand in making sure that I was alone, even without a captain. I don't have a son, you have a captain, and this. And call Kushina, sorry for interrupting, so what about the captain? Yes, SY. Naruto, your sensei will be Kakashi Hatake. No, please, I'm a jounin, just not this pervert. Sigh. Okay. Thank you, Dad. And Naruto was heard from Kushina, from behind, and from Minato. You forgave us. Yes, and I would like to change my last name and move. Yay, Kushina shouted to the whole residence. Oh yes, Dad, I can leave for 3 years train. And I'm okay. Thanks, bye Dad, Mom, Naruto said and left. So where should we go, to the Uzumaki ruins? Naruto asked. Yes, they all answered in unison. Maybe not in chorus, please. No, answered Kurama. I will describe almost all interesting events. A day later. We've been here all day and not. Naruto, follow me, said Matatabi, flowing in the form of chakra from the seal. Okay. After an hour of walking. It's here. What? Hold your hand. Okay, but you explain everything. Okay, Isabu said with a sigh. You go, and we'll tell you for now, Chome began, and Jubi and Naruto prepared to listen. When my father created us with us, he created 9 katanas and each had its own abilities we were assigned to guard them, but one day we stopped feeling them, and now we felt them again, but only one. I'll tell you about the abilities. The first katana controls sand. The second katana controls fire. The third katana is water. The fourth katana is lava. The fifth katana gives speed. The sixth mucus. The seventh flight. The eighth ink. The ninth strength is very enormous. And cover, but now we feel all the katanas, but there are no katanas that were originally there. What does this mean? This means that someone remade them. Clearly, oh, here comes the passage, said Naruto. Entering the room, Naruto saw a beautiful katana with a black blade and a white handle and handles with a color similar to the sign of yin and yang. Naruto in this katana has all the katanas. How to understand this? Someone smelted one of all the katanas. Wow, I'll try to take it. Wait, my father told us that if you do this, the katana will be as if it were alive, it chooses its owner for itself, and the one whom it considers unworthy dies. It's dangerous, but I'll try anyway. Oh, I still can't convince you. Huh. And so Naruto approaches the katana and takes it. The tailed ones looked and hoped that everything would be fine with him. The katana lit up for a couple of seconds, but in the end nothing happened. Naruto's katana accepted you, this is amazing. Yes, cool. What do you think about training? I'm going to go to the land of iron. Yes, that's a good idea. What do you think about doing with this village? Well, I want to rebuild it and gather all the Uzumaki and become a Kage. That's good. Okay, let's go. And Naruto in one step, as it seemed. But in fact he ran very fast, his speed was incredible, he reached the land of iron. Wait, who's coming? The soldier asked, getting ready to attack. Wait, who is coming and what is the purpose of arrival? The guard asked. I am Naruto Uzumaki, the goal is to learn the skill of using a katana. Come in. Naruto, we have 3 years, half a year for you to study in the country of iron, then another half a year to learn the elements and create a style, 1 year for technician and another year to master it, and as a result, you should be on par and maybe stronger than Kagaya. Oh yes, Naruto also Uzumaki, don't forget Karen. Good. 3 years later. Naruto approaches the gate and sees the eternal guardians Azuma and Kotetsu. "Wait, who's coming?" asked Kotetsu. "Naruto Uzumaki." "Come in." Naruto immediately went home. After all, he missed his father and Menma, but he really missed his mother and Ashina. "I'm home," he shouted loudly. "Naruto." "And Naruto," said Kushina. "Yes. Mom, I came to tell you that I came back first to you and then to Dad. While I went. While son." And Naruto went to the Hokage. "But I'll be back." "Naruto, you're back." "Well, like Minato became a goat." "Yes, I wanted to say that I was leaving the village and taking my mother and Ashina." "What, how dare you?" He took off his mask. "Bha." Minato realized what he had just done and immediately began to apologize. "Guys," Naruto said in his schizophrenia. "He is lying," they said in chorus of schizophrenia. "Lying is not good yet," said Naruto and disappeared. "Mom, get ready and take Ashina." "Why?" "You, Karen and Ashina, are the last Uzumaki left." "What do you mean?" "I gathered all the Uzumaki, only you were left." "But of course." Kushina understood that Minato did not love her and only loved Menma. After one day. "We're almost there," said the young Yuzukage. "Where I don't see anything," Kushina said. "I put up a barrier." "Wow, brother, and you're strong." "But I'm not that strong." "We're here," Naruto said, walking through the barrier. "Wow, he's strong." Kushina and Karen said in unison. "Well, I wasted half of my chakra on him," Naruto thought. "Wow, Naruto, who is your Yuzukage?" Karen said. "I." "What?" "Naruto, you're in Yuzukage," everyone shouted. "Yes, so what?" "Here they come, here's my office," said Naruto, sitting down at the table. "So Kushina, you're a Jonin, Ashina Karen, you're Genin, in a week you'll pass the Chunin exam, your team, or rather our team, I'm Ashina and Karen." "What but you are and Yuzukage?" Kushina shouted. "Yes, but I feel that we will be attacked on Ekumen." "Clearly, okay then." "Well, while I continue to work, the wolf." "Yes, Yuzukage herself. Take your mother and brother and Karen home." "Hi." "Bye son." "Bye Naruto," Ashina and Karen said in unison. A week later. "Are you ready?" "Yes," the whole team except Naruto said in unison. "Well then let's go." "Yes." "We are approaching the gate." "Wait, who is coming?" "We are the genin of the whirlpool, we have come for the exam," said Kushina. "Clearly pass." The team from Uzushio walked along the streets of Konoha to the residence, but when they turned the corner they saw this picture. Some painted genin from Suna was standing holding a boy, and Sakura was trying to stop them. "What's going on here, /I?" asked Kushina. "Konohamaru crashed into this guy and he grabbed him and started telling him to apologize," said the girl next to Sakura. "Let the boy go," said Kushina. "Kankuro, let him go," said some red hairy. Good Gara," said Kankuro. "Let's move on," Kushina commanded. And they went further to the Hokage. Knocking and hearing them enter, they entered and Minato jumped up. "Kushina, come back." "No, you just want one more unit of power." "No Kushina, I love you, I and Menma need you," Minato said. "A lie," Naruto said. "Shut up demon," Minato said, and after these words he couldn't lift a finger because the key from the entire Uzumaki team is like, well, about two-tailed, maybe more. Nara didn't release Ki.Nu Uzumaki, Kushina alone is worth it, and Karen and Ashina also joined her. I don't envy Minato, grinning face with sweat. "Oh yes, Nara trained Ashina and Karen." "We went," Kushina said, and they left. "Thank you," Naruto said when they had already left the residence. "You're welcome," they said in unison. "You're our Yuzukage," Ashina said quietly, but so that the team could hear him. And here's the beginning of the most interesting part. So, talking, they walked to the hotel. The next morning. Well, are you ready? Naruto asked Karen and Ashina. Yes, in unison. And so the guys entered and began to rise. Despite the genjutsu, they went to the next audience, in which there were many genin who were able to pass the illusion. They moved away from the crowd that had gathered around some guy with white hair, glasses, and a sheep protector. On behalf of Sakura. We were able to pass the genjutsu and are already sitting in the room where the first stage is being held, thought Sakura. Suddenly a guy came up to them. He had a sheep protector. He said about the information and a crowd gathered around. Hi, I'm Kabuto. I can give information since I'm taking the 7th time. Gaara dog no, like that surname, and Uzumaki Naruto. Oh, so you even know the names, well then it's easy. Dog no Gaara. Genin of the Sand. Has absolute protection. Team, Temari and Kankuro dog, but. Missions 13D 7 degrees Celsius 1B. Uzumaki Naruto. Whirlpool Village. The rest is hidden. How is this? Don't know. Then the examiner interrupted them. Everyone quietly sat down in their places. I am the examiner of the first stage, Marino Ibiki. After everyone was seated, the other examiners handed out sheets with tasks. So you were given sheets with 9 questions in total. There are 10 of them. The 10th question I will say myself at the end. Even if the examiners catch you cheating 3 times, you will be kicked out. They all started. Naruto, looking at the questions, realized that they are not for genin and went to bed. Karen and Ashina looked at Naruto and also went to bed. Marino, looking at them, got angry and began to press key, but Naruto and his team didn't even wake up. Well, the rest is as canon, so the 10th question, but before that, how do I ask it? You can leave, because if you answer incorrectly, then you will never become genin again, said Marino. Half raised their hands, and they were kicked out. And then Karen and Ashina start laughing, and Karen asks, if you ask why they didn't do this before, that's all, they were just sleeping. Did you discuss this with the heads of other villages? It's just that Yuzuki-sama didn't tell us anything like that. But before Ibiki had time to answer, a girl flies through the window as soon as she landed and began to speak. Ashina stood at her throat with a kunai. Naruto stood in a fighting stance and Karen prepared to treat her teammates. Ibiki laughed and asked to let her go. And said, "This is Anko, Stage 2 examiner." And Ashina let her go. So come tomorrow to the 44th training ground or the Forest of Death, Anko said finally and disappeared into the Shunshin. The next day. Well, small fry, I see everyone came and were not afraid, Anko said and began to explain the rules, when she noticed that the team from Uzushio was not listening to her and threw a kunai at Naruto, but Naruto easily caught it and threw it back with the words, "You dropped it." The kunai thrown by Naruto passed across Anko's cheek and stuck into the tree. Alright, sign these forms after, take the scrolls and get to your places, Anko said, stuttering. Wouldn't she have stuttered? All teams took the scrolls and went to the gates. When everyone left, a signal sounded about the beginning of the 2nd stage and everyone ran inside. Running inside, Uzushio's team immediately used a barrier to hide themselves and chakra, or, more simply, an illusory barrier. Karen, Ashina, show me what you have learned during training, said Naruto. Yes, the guys said together. Since I am a Kage, it will be dishonest if I take part, so you can only rely on yourself and your strengths. There is Yuzuki herself. Great, since you understand everything, I'm off, Naruto said, jumping onto a tree and hiding himself with the Mokuton technique. Karen, use your sensory skills and find the nearest team with the scroll of heaven. They have earth. Good, but after this I will have half of the chakra left, so getting the scroll is on you. Okay. Over there, Karen said, pointing to the side. Great run, said Ashina, and they ran towards the team with the sky scroll. And don't say like the sensor, can only sense chakra and cannot see objects. I will answer you that Karen can have a very strong sensor, even in the anime they say this. And Naruto followed them, but suddenly he felt a very strong surge of chakra and stopped to understand where it came from. did you guys feel it? Naruto asked the tailed creatures. Yes, we all felt it. It's a very strong release of chakra, answered Jubi. This chakra seems familiar to me. Naruto answered, no wonder this chakra is similar to his father's chakra. Kurama answered, we need to quickly finish the second stage. I feel 100 on the third. Something bad will happen at this point, Naruto said, and interrupted the connection with the tailed creatures. After a couple of seconds, he appeared near Ashina, who had already taken the scroll and was waiting with Karen. Naruto, well done, let's go quickly to the tower, set up a barrier. Yes, but why such a rush? Asked Ashina. Karen, you also felt this chakra? Naruto asked. Yes, this release was so strong it would be hard not to feel it, answered the only girl on the team. I feel that at the third stage something very bad will happen. Let's go faster, said the young Yuzukage. After 1 hour. That's the entrance, lucky that we didn't meet any teams on the way here, said Ashina. And it's all thanks to Karen, he continued to say. Cheerfully, let's go quickly, said Naruto. Yes, the guys said. When they came in, they folded the scrolls and smoke appeared. Kushina came out of the smoke. Well done, I didn't doubt you came first. Only 2 hours passed after the start, Kushina said cheerfully. Take the rooms here for 5 more days, and by the way don't go anywhere, the girl continued. Good, they all answered together and went to occupy the room. Occupying the room, Naruto said that he would go to train. Created a portal and left 5 days later. Naruto appeared in the room where his team was just in time. While Naruto appeared, a Chunin came in and said to go to the training ground to participate in the qualifying battles for the third stage. Let's go, Naruto immediately said, and they went to the training ground. Let's go. When they arrived, they saw all the teams that passed the second stage. There were teams of sand, sound and leaf. Everything was as canon except for the fight. Naruto fought with Kiba. I'd better not drag out the fight and waste chakra, thought Naruto, and just decided to knock him out. Kiba, and while Kiba, was chatting about what a loser Naruto was, Naruto just ran up at his rather slow speed. Only the Jonins noticed him and knocked Kiba out. The people immediately began to be indignant because they were waiting for a spectacular, I don't know how to spell this word, battle, but they had already announced the next battle. Ashina vs Karen is a draw. They both used sealing techniques and barriers and various ninjutsu, but in the end they spent all their considerable reserves of chakra and fell to the ground. Doctors ran up to them, took them on a stretcher and took them to the hospital. So this ended the qualifying stage. Does not want will anyone leave the third stage, the Hokage said, and Naruto raised his hand and said, if I continue to participate, it will be dishonest, because I'm in Yuzukage. Having said this, Naruto created a portal and left to train for a month, which was allocated to prepare for the third stage. This is the end of the story, guys.